Hello, everybody, and this is not the cosplay podcast. This is our very first standalone con report because, I gotta admit, those con reports, they were getting kind of really long. They were like sort of 2/3 of the show, and it was like, I don't know, if you call yourself the cosplay podcast, I think we should actually talk about cosplay.
Yeah.
I mean, though technically speaking, we were still on topic because cosplayers go to cons. And
Yep.
we would sort of want to know if the con is worth our time. And today's subject, the newly taken over ReedPop MCM. And I gotta admit, MCM Birmingham was kind of dead to me because the last couple of ones, they were not good. They were... I'm trying to remember now. Was it the one before the last one where the halls were like separated? You actually had to like there was literally like a traffic jam. There was, lines going past through people and stuff like that. I think that was
I'm
2000.
not sure. I know that the one they had in November was terrible. Yeah, that one was bad. Real bad. I did not enjoy November 2017. That was proper crap.
For sure. So the first question we're gonna ask is, wait. This is just like our podcast. We forgot to do our damn introductions. I am your host, Daddy of Wong, and Kyoto Creations, also known as Sophie Harber. Yay! Anyway.
Oh, yay! Hello.
Anyway, back to this.
Okay, yeah, back to ReedPop. Yeah.
So, in your honest opinion, have ReedPop actually made a difference?
I think they did. It wasn't a huge one, but there were little subtle differences that I noticed that actually did make the con a little bit better. I like the way that they sort of had the entrances and exits, and the flow of people was very good.
That is very important. I was gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't have to really duplicate myself. Yeah, I would definitely say.
Yeah, the way that they handled people coming in and out of the con and the actual layout of the event was very easy to walk around, and the flow of people flowed really nicely, so you weren't ever stuck in one place for too long. Everything was really easy to find. I only missed out on like one of my friend's stalls I wanted to visit, and I just couldn't find it by the end of the day, but pretty much just walking around was very easy, and it was very simple to get around, and I really liked that. That was a lot better than November, let's put it that way.
Okay, I concur, and for long-time listeners, yeah, I've become very negative of UK cons. That's sort of...
Oh, yeah.
It's sort of...
I never would have guessed.
I mean, okay, basically my basic premise is go to Dragon Con. That's basically it, but I have to admit, I do have to concur. ReedPop did make a significant difference.
Are you actually agreeing with me for once?
Yes, I am.
Oh my gosh! Take note, people. This is new.
Yeah, because I don't know, they have done it before, haven't they? They have linked halls together. Because I think before they didn't link them together. There was like certain ones that definitely was 2016.
I don't remember, to be honest. I know that there were I just remember 2017 being a shambles, and even though I was like, the only highlight of 2017 was being around with my friends for the weekend and being in the masquerade and winning that. Apart from that, I really just had a really basic time. Like, it really wasn't... If I hadn't had my friends there and I was just going up on my own, probably wouldn't have gone back. But I gotta say, ReedPop did make a difference. They generally had things laid out better. They had better stalls. I didn't see like 5 Funko stalls all in a row, or those bloody mystery box stalls, stuff like that. Like, they only had 1 or 2 of those, the rest of them were just lots of different stalls selling lots of different things. They didn't have that. That was really nice. I really enjoyed not going past like 30 different Funko Pop stores all selling the exact same thing. So I was happy with that.
Oh, so...
I mean, I like Funko Pops, I just don't like that many Funko Pops.
Oh, for sure. Okay, you would say the merch was better this time? Because I gotta be honest, I wasn't particularly impressed with the merch. Although, to be honest, we should put in perspective, Birmingham is what we would definitely call a medium-sized convention. It's no...
Yeah.
It's definitely no London convention.
No. It's the second biggest to London, but it's certainly not the scale of London. I've not done London myself, but I've seen photos and the scale of it is huge.
Well, yeah, well, obviously I've done a lot of London to the point that I don't really like going there, and I would say, the NEC, they opened up about 3 halls and they were like linked together, and again, everything was flowing nicely, whereas London, it's more like a 6-hall affair. Technically, I think it's like 9 halls, because I think like 3 of them is just for the queues alone, which is similar to what they did at Birmingham, because I'd argue that it is technically 6 halls, because 3 of those were just dedicated to the lines, and I guess we could talk about this. It was
even though the XL holds London MCM, it's actually a smaller venue than the NEC. So yeah.
Yeah, the NEC. Yeah, obviously the NEC is a much more bigger venue, but it's not as it's not really as centralized as at NXL. Although I don't know. It's a matter of taste. I don't personally really like either venues, because it is because those halls were really designed. You're supposed to like use the one hall, and depending upon which hall you're placed, where I'm going to get that pub, I'm going to get that restaurant. Because Birmingham, they tend to move those halls around. But where we were situated this time around is near where that courtyard is. But to finish off this section, I definitely say if this is a sign of things to come, Repop definitely have made a difference. Now, a couple of minor issues.
The stage was big too. Like they had a big stage.
Oh, that's a good. This is a good thing. Did you happen to check out the Overwatch panel, which I missed because I was I was actually having a hot.
Bro, I was in the Overwatch panel.
Okay, was it as big? Was it as proper standing room only as, say, the Michael Rooker panel, which is probably one of the best panels I've ever seen, and I didn't even get in the room because what Michael Rooker was doing, he was actually walking around the audience. I mean, that's nothing to do with MCM. Obviously, he is a proper hands-on guy. He was just walking around, getting the microphone, and what's your question? And obviously Michael would be saying, that's a stupid question. Answer, give me another one. So was it packed out?
Yeah, the Overwatch panel I went to was the one on the Sunday, and they had that at the Buzz stage, that like mini stage in the corner.
Oh, okay.
And that was packed. And the panel started at about 2:30, but like about 10 minutes before the panel started, everyone from Sunday's Overwatch meet just crashed the panel,
okay.
and the entire con's worth of Overwatch cosplay just suddenly like appeared out of nowhere, and we all just stood in the corner, just like, yes, you know why we're here. We're here for the voice actors.
Okay, something similar happened with the Mark Shepard panel, where rather weirdly, all the cosplayers invaded his stage. Where was that thing that ended off? So you had all the supernatural cosplayers, you had all the Firefly cosplayers.
Well, what had happened on in the MCM Birmingham page or group on Facebook, the guy who runs the stages, he posted into the group that he was looking for cosplayers for each panel. So anybody that was a cosplayer of the characters that were doing that panel at the time. That's why suddenly, out of nowhere, like, you would have tons of Supernatural fans at the Mark Shepard panel, or tons of like Nathan Drakes and stuff at the Uncharted stuff, and that's why tons of Overwatch cosplayers just suddenly like appeared at the different panels, because like they posted, the guy who was running the stage, he posted in advance what each panel was going to be, and if anybody who was dressed in that costume could turn up as like extra promotion, I guess, because they pretty much, like, when we were there, we were stood waiting for the panel to start, and the guy on the stage was like, oh, you see all like our amazing Overwatch cosplayers, like, take a picture of them, tweet it, we want to, you know, say the Overwatch panel is happening now, spread the word out. And then at the end of the Overwatch panel, on the Sunday, they gathered all the Overwatch cosplayers together and they put them in front of the stage behind the voice actors, and they were like, this is just a once in a lifetime opportunity, everyone get your phones out, take a photo, tweet it to us, we want to retweet all your pictures. And I was stood like in the group with the rest of the Overwatch cosplayers, and there's like pretty much every single person who owned a phone was taking a photo of us. It was amazing. It was so good. Like, I had a real, like, the Overwatch panel was a lot of fun. Like, it only had 3 out of the 4 voice actors.
I was about to say, because I think didn't
yeah,
was it
sadly,
Sombra's voice actor? Yeah,
she unfortunately she lost her voice. She had like a bad throat problem, which was a shame. Me and my friend Scott, we did go and chat to all the Overwatch voice actors in the morning on the Sunday, because obviously we wanted to get autographs and stuff. And he got Sombra's, but her assistant had to talk for her because she literally could not say a word, which was a real shame. Like, we did say, like, oh, you know, I hope you're okay, and you know, I hope you get better, but I gotta give her props for still sitting at her table and still signing autographs and still being social with her fans, even though she couldn't say anything, and that her assistant was kind of speaking for her. You know, somebody like that, if they had a bad cough or whatever, could have easily just said no, they don't want to do anything. But yeah, I gotta give her credit for sitting there through the day and still chatting well, not chatting, but still being with her fans. You know, like, that's a proper trooper right there.
Okay, but definitely the other noticeable thing is, actually, before we move on, that's not normal. That never happened under the old MCM, where they would ask for cosplayers for the guests, because I don't ever remember hearing about this.
No. I think it's a new thing. I think it's probably because it's extra publicity in a way, isn't it? It's free publicity for them to take photos with cosplayers and kind of use them as a
use them sounds insidious, but yeah. Go on.
in a way, you could just kind of like use them as extra promotion, which is pretty much what happened. You know, pretty much the entire con's worth of Overwatch cosplayers just turned up on the Sunday, and we all just appeared there, and we all just stood there in a massive group, and people just suddenly started taking pictures of us, and the guy running the stage was saying, oh, everyone take pictures of all the Overwatch cosplayers and tweet it and tell people that the Overwatch panel is about to start and do this and do that, and they were basically just kind of taking pictures of us to use as publicity, and they were recording us, and they did grab a couple of Overwatch cosplayers out of the group and kind of as part of the panel as well, just to see if they could do like impressions and do the dances that the characters could do and stuff like that. So it was pretty fun. I didn't get picked. I was kind of glad, really. It would have been so embarrassing.
Yeah, Anna has a very I forgot her dance style.
Anna has a very weird dance that I can't do, and most of the time I kind of just dab because like, her dance is kind of dabbing in a weird way. So I kind of just flail around and start dabbing.
Okay.
I also can't do her voice. I can't do the accent, so I'm not even going to try.
Well, you have to be an older lady, I guess, and
Yeah.
have that Arabic accent. But
Yeah,
anyway,
But
But anyway, before we move on, one thing you did point out, so we can, which I wasn't aware of. So it was possible. You could just wait in line. You could just talk to the person
Yeah.
and not pay anything.
No. You could to get a photo with them was £36. To get an autograph with them was £20. But if you wanted to record the actor on your phone saying something, like saying a voice line or wishing someone's happy birthday or something like that, it was another £36, which is something I never encountered before.
That's new.
Yeah, so you could record like your favourite voice actor or whatever saying happy birthday or congratulations or something like that in their sort of character voice, but it would cost you £36 to get your phone out to record them on your own phone.
To play devil's advocate, because bearing in mind we just talked about a voice actress who lost her voice, I'm assuming that's kind of why, if you're going to a lot of these conventions and your means of income is your actual very voice, I think a tiny bit of compensation would not go amiss, and that's not the most unreasonable, because the price. Okay, because that's weird. Because I remember the price being quoted much higher on the website, like £75.
Yeah, no, they were. The prices on the website were higher, but then they reduced them. I think maybe people complained or they took the VAT off or something.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, because obviously, like when ReedPop took over, they added 20% VAT to everything. And that kind of angered a lot of people, especially the artists. Like, they even added 20% to the artist tables. So that kind of put a lot of artists off. Like, I remember when the new rules got announced, and I've got a couple of friends on my Facebook that are regular MCM artists, and they were very displeased, let's put it that way, about having to pay that. I've actually sort of noticed that there were quite a few artist tables not in the artist alley, but actually in the main convention. They paid for dealers tables rather than art tables because they were selling better.
That's very intriguing.
I had one of my friends, she has always been in the dealers, in the artist alley section. She moved into the dealers section this year. She doubled up with a friend, and she's had like the most profitable event of like the year, or however many, for something. She said like basically her profits went way up. But there is a rule with the artist tables. You have to have like your own comic or something to be available to get in the dealers thing, and you can't have like fan art. It's all kind of your original artwork. You can't sell fan art at the artist alley.
I'm gonna be honest and say that sort of delights me, but I know it might annoy a lot of people, but at the same time, I'm going to say that's probably a nice way of stopping art theft, of stopping a lot of art. Because that has been a problem with the old MCM, where people were just pirating fan art and just...
Yes. Yeah, with the dealers tables, with dealers tables you can sell fan art, but with artist alley tables you're not allowed to anymore. They used to be, but they stopped that last year. And ReedPop have continued that, because when I was looking around the artist alley, I didn't see like a single piece of fan art. It was all original artwork, and it was all very good artwork. Like, I'm not saying anybody's stuff was bad, but you didn't see any fan art of any characters. It was all people's original artwork. and original stickers and badges and enamel pins and stuff like that, rather than fan art, which I suppose a lot of people would have cashed in on the, like, with all the Overwatch characters being there would have been a lot of Overwatch fan art this year if that was still allowed. I would have bought a ton of it.
This is definitely a topic we could put on the main podcast, even if
Yeah.
it stretches our bounds, because I'm a former artist myself, and I do feel very strongly about art theft and about, dare I say it, the exploitation, because I used to do an original comic and didn't really sell much. However, when I sold porn for a friend of well-known characters, stuff flew off the table.
Oh yeah, I mean,
but because it was porn for girls.
Oh well, like if you do lewds sell.
No, it was actual porn. A bloke was basically playing the pink oboe, but anyway.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of women. Anyway, but I digress. So that is very very interesting, and that's very insightful. Definitely
Yeah, there's a lot of weird rules for the art tables compared to the dealers tables. Though I will say the one thing I did notice, which I thought ReedPop would be stopping, is I did notice some knockoffs, sadly. I did notice some fake stuff dotted about.
Any particular fake stuff? Five Nights at Freddy's?
Pokemon and some Overwatch. Yeah. I was a bit disappointed because I was kind of like, oh, I'm gonna go to this new con, there's gonna be like no fake stuff, it's gonna be safe to buy things, and then I saw some stuff that was blatantly not real. Like, my friend was looking at some figures, and they were figures of Blizzard characters, Overwatch characters, and those figures don't exist on Blizzard's official website. And I was like, they're not real. And she was like, I don't care. I'm like, you should care though. Like, yeah. I was kind of disappointed to see unofficial merchandise of stuff. Like, I saw plushies with Pokemon Go tags on them and stuff, which doesn't actually exist. There isn't official Pokemon Go plushies. If there was, I would know about it.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'd say was a negative, is I did see fake merch.
Okay, we'll definitely add that to
and merch that never existed, but they sort of added tags to make it look official, and it was official. And like my friend did pick up a Mimikyu keyring, and she sent me some photos, and there wasn't any official branding on it, so sadly we had to deem it as a fake. It was a well-made fake.
Okay, now have to talk of cosplay.
The one thing I did see was there was a guy dressed as Hulkbuster.
Oh, I saw that. Yes.
Yeah, the Hulkbuster on the Saturday. That was very impressive. I gotta say, I spotted him and I was like, well, he's not getting around the con very fast, is he? Pretty much saw him for like a little bit, and then didn't see him for the rest of the day. I'm assuming he probably got too warm and decostumed very quickly.
I think I saw part of him. I saw him with the top half, and he was just walking with his normal legs. But I did see him at rest with all three bits of the costume.
I saw the full costume. He came into the plaza area next to that Weatherspoons, and he was pretty much stuck there taking pictures. I don't think he moved very far for most of the day. Because obviously his costume was just so big, and people just wanted photos of it. So, yeah. I saw a really cool Infinity War Black Widow, who apparently I'd met at a previous con and didn't know. But they were really cool. Like, that was a really cool outfit. there was one of my friends had done a very out of the way firefly costume. That was cool to see. And I saw a lot of cool outfits that I'm not really sure what they were all from, but they seemed very fantasy based. I'm not sure if a lot of people were cosplaying like their own D&D characters or something, but there seemed to be a lot of like fantasy mythical characters. I didn't really know what they were from, but I just thought they were really cool.
Yeah, there was a bloke who apparently nobody recognised him, but he was actually from The Witcher. He did actually have an insignia, but he was like wearing proper armour. He was like wearing chainmail. And we
nice.
I've got to admit, my noticeable ones being biased. Yep, we got the Justice League of England, so we had the full set of the Justice.
Oh yeah, the Justice League guys. Yeah, with
cool.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh, Colonial Marine. Oh yeah, that was it. That was Michael Bean, and yeah, of Terminator, of Aliens, and there was only one Colonial Marine. I was honestly thinking, yep, every single Colonial Marine is going to be out there. Apparently, there was only one I saw.
Oh, that's surprising. There's usually quite a few of them wandering around with the alien cosplayers and predators.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They sort of end up. I guess they dress as them to be like spotters for the predators and the aliens because they're very hard costumes to see out of.
For sure. Actually, you know what? This is a good section. We should have done this in our other podcast. Actually, yeah. Just about,
probably, yeah.
Because obviously it's biased. Because obviously it's like what costume took our eye and.
Yeah.
Et cetera.
Yeah.
You go ahead. That really annoys me now. I was about to say it, and then I just dropped it because I'm getting old.
I saw, obviously, like, I went to the Overwatch meet and I saw a lot of really impressive Overwatch costumes, but I really do love me some Overwatch cosplay. So.
I did see a really good Torbjorn. I mean, he was a bit tall.
Oh, yeah,
But I was thinking, no, that is definitely Torbjorn. If he only sat on his knees or something, he was just a lot shorter. But I'm thinking,
no.
He even had a turret, which I thought was
there was a really good I don't know her name, like I don't know who she was, but she was hanging around with sort of a mutual friend of mine, and I never managed to stop her to say how good her costume was, but there was a really good Brigitte cosplayer.
That was at a Sunday, because I never saw a Brigitte there.
No, it was on the Saturday. But she was dressed as the Brigitte, the new hero. She wasn't in the armor, it was just the...
the animated short version.
Yeah, the animated short one. There were quite a few Brigittes there, and they'd all done the overalls one, because obviously you can't whip together that costume super fast.
Oh no, yeah.
No, that Brigitte's armor outfit, I've seen a couple of people have started it, but I have not seen a finished one yet. But there were quite a lot of Brigittes that were all in the red overalls from the animated short. And there was one in particular that I was like, oh my god, like she looks like she's just walked out of the game, you know? That one was really cool. I saw a couple of Farahs.
Oh yeah, I saw one as well.
Yeah, there were 2 Farahs, and they were really cool. I mean, that's just me being a little biased because I cosplay Anna, and I'm so proud of my girls. But
that was the one I was going to talk about. Yeah, I'm just looking at my pictures. I should have done that earlier. Actually, 2 I want to talk about. Did you see the Daenerys with the dragon?
No.
Oh, okay. It was it was a lady with her mobility scooter. She just built a dragon into it, and she was wearing a Daenerys dress.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I thought to myself, yep, that's fantastic. And if I could be bothered to edit it, I'll slap that on right now. I also saw Ninja Batman. You know what? You gotta because I used to.
Is that from that new animated one?
Yeah, that's not out yet. You gotta.
I think I saw that.
Yeah, you gotta respect the cosplayers that do cosplay characters that aren't out yet.
Oh yeah, like I've done that before, and the most annoying thing is when you build a costume before the film or TV shows come out, and then And no, well, not that nobody knows what it is. Like, you do it, and then you realise, like, an inaccuracy once you actually watch the film.
Well, yeah, because most of the material wasn't out, and
Yeah.
the Lego Batman guy saying, yeah, he only had 2 screenshots, and no, he did a pretty fine bang up job.
Yeah.
Anyway, wow, yeah, this is almost getting to main podcast length. But time for the final. Actually, do you know what? Oh fuck it, this is going to be long anyway. Can we talk about the Masquerade?
Okay.
I think this was probably one of the only things that Repop didn't improve. The Masquerade, they're still a little badly run, but in all fairness, they're not major Masquerade. And as you were saying before,
No.
they give you a generous stage size. They're no showmaster picnic tables. They give so, but at the same time, I watched 3 acts, actually possibly 4. They all had audio issues.
Oh dear.
And they had to restart. So I didn't see the Masquerade on Sunday, so I don't know if that was ran any better. But going on podcast length.
Yep.
So the final pros and cons. I'll go first, being the more cynical minded. The pros. You get a lot of bang for your buck, because the price was still reasonably reasonable, and all the panels were free. You know, if you got in early enough, you could have saw Michael Rooker. You could have been inches from him as he was wandering around the whole audience. You know, people saying, "Oh, my mum fancies you." Yeah, and I'm thinking, okay, this is probably the greatest panel ever. And I even went to the James Gunn panel after, not James, Sean Gunn. Yeah,
Sean Gunn.
Yeah, his brother.
Yeah.
And that was even a wicked panel too, because Michael Rooker invaded it too. He was like pretending, "Excuse me, I got a question. What's Michael Rooker like to work with?" So yeah, just go to the panels alone, which were all free. Pretty cool. And but you know what? In theory, now I probably should have went to those panels, because I'm thinking, you know what? Why would I not want to check out Michael Rooker? The only reason why I did, I just realized, oh wait, it's a panel with Michael Rooker. I probably should have waited an hour before it started. What an idiot! Or I missed the Overwatch panel at 11 o'clock because I was literally having a beer with my mate. So it's technically, I guess, it's more important. But
yeah.
But overall, I'm very impressed. Which, given our long-time listeners, I very rarely say. So you definitely got you got some really good quality guests. Everything was nice and flowing.
Yeah, the definite change of Repop is they have gotten better guests. Like, the quality in the guests between November's to March just gone, there was a definite massive jump in guests. Even though, like, I was only personally interested in the Overwatch ones, they had other big guests that were big to other people.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're a kid, so obviously Michael Bean means nothing to you. Mark Shepard means nothing to you.
Yeah, like, well, no, Mark Shepard was in Firefly, and he was in Warehouse 13.
Seriously, Michael Rooker meant nothing to you?
No, he did. It's just like I wasn't too bothered about meeting him. It was more Scott that was bothered. I gotta say, like, I was mostly excited for the Overwatch people, like, because one of my main characters I like to play as was there, and I was just super stoked to meet her, and it was great. She was.
But Anna wasn't there. So who are you talking about?
No. Well, you see, the thing is as much as I love Anna, I'm actually really bad at playing her.
So, wait a minute, it was Soldier 76.
Symmetra.
Oh.
Symmetra.
I can see why, yes.
Yeah.
No aim required.
I like playing as her in the game, and to actually meet the voice actress, she was the biggest ray of sunshine. She was super nice, she was super bubbly, she stole a ton of candy.
Yeah. But anyway, you are stealing my pros and cons.
Sorry.
But anyway, so the pros was a lot of bang for your buck for what is a mid-sized convention, nice flowing. NEC, thinking about it, it does have quite a lot of decent amenities. I would argue it's actually a lot better than NXL, because you just go across the road, some leisure road. Yeah, you got a lot of restaurants there.
Lots of restaurants, lots of cloakrooms, lots of bathrooms. lots of space to sit down.
Yeah. My only cons were, the poor basically the poor masquerade, and I have to actually admit, I was thinking about the cons, and I actually was having a hard time struggling. This does not, by all means, it's a perfect convention. This just means this is a good one. The only other cons is, it is a medium-sized convention. Some people, they want a nice bigger convention. As a cosplayer, I like to wander around, and I can definitely say wander around Birmingham is not something you can do for very long. You can get that done in very short time, because you really want the halls, the corridors, the courtyard, but the courtyard was kind of freezing, so
yeah, you would only go out there if you wanted to face death in the face. It was that cold.
The cons, there weren't that many cons. Though objectively, I'm just going to say, I will recognise this is a really good convention. I wholeheartedly recommend you people should definitely check it out. But it probably isn't for me now. It's just, dare I say it, having tasted that American Dragon Con, it's just,
Nothing will beat Dragon Con for you.
For me now.
Nothing,
I will.
It doesn't matter how good the convention is. They could cart you there in a gold car and, give you the VIP treatment, but nothing would be better than Dragon Con for you.
Well, Sophie, if you come along, you would understand why. Just saying. It's not like you've been invited and have been offered free accommodation.
I know, but I can't afford it now because my laptop broke last year. So all of my Dragon Con money went on a new laptop, which is what I'm currently using to speak to you.
Which, oxymoron-ironically, is the reason why you can do my shows, but okay, I appreciate that. Right, so you go then. So what are your pros and cons?
Pros. The con was well laid out. There were lots of different stalls, which was nice. There was a good flow of people, so it was very easy to walk around. And there were lots of space. The guests and everything were all really nice. The panels were fun, and I generally just had a really good time. And I saw a lot of friends, and that was about it. Cons, I'd say the one thing that sucked was the weather, but that was not MCM's fault. It was just really bad cold. But the only other thing that slightly brought the con down for me was the fact that I could still spot bootlegs all over the place, which is something that I thought ReedPop was tackling. But there were some items that I saw and I was like, oh dear, God.
Okay, so that's your cons, which...
Yeah,
that is kind of interesting, because that's not something I would necessarily say was...
Pretty much it was the weather, and I still spotted bootlegs. The rest of the con itself was fine, but that was the one thing that I thought that ReedPop was cracking down on, and I did spot.
Very true. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, that's the end of our very first standalone report. I hope this new format is... Yeah, because obviously well, at this point, the video footage, I hope I shot enough video footage. I think it probably will be looping at this point, or I'll just take a still and it'll just be there for like a minute. But anyway, and that's the end of this report. And hopefully we'll see you for the actual main podcast. Yes, that we still are doing that. It's just we're going to gather guests. I think we're going to work together. But anyway, adios, guys.
Bye-bye.